Hello, my name is Brian Pace and welcome to the RoboPong Owner's DVD. These DVDs intended to do the following. And the first one is the setup of the RoboPong and 6 steps to playing better table tennis. The normal mode that goes over the basic functionality of the RoboPong. Next, we're going to go to drill mode, which has 64 preset drills. We're going to go through 6 of those program drills. Up next is a PC mode where we connect your RoboPong control box to your computer. And last, we'll go over controller setup and special functions. Let's get started. I've already taken the liberty of taking the RoboPong out of the box and unbanding it. Now I want to go over the items that's in it. This is the owner's packet. And don't forget to fill out the warranty card and mail it in. This is the owner's DVD. This is the RoboPong digital control box. This is a digital control box bracket, tip packets, 5-pin connector cable, and DC power supply. Before I take the RoboPong out of the styrofoam casing, please remember to keep the casing and the box in case you ever have to ship the RoboPong in for any reason. Now, let's take it out of the casing. Now your robot is out of the box, you want to place it on the table with the open front side facing you. Pull the curved black metal support legs towards you. Spread out the support legs to their fully open position. The RoboPong is shipped with the correct tips to fit the standard 3/4 inch table tennis table. Additional tips are provided to fit a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch table, and these tips are used to keep your robot level. Turn the robot around 180 degrees so the support tubes are facing you. Grasp the second tube from the right and pull up, removing it from its storage hole. Place the bottom of this tube into the top of the first tube on the right, then do the same for the left. Take one of the ball trays, lift it straight up, and lower it down without letting it slam. Then do the same with the other side. Now that everything is in place, you want to pick up the robot by the bottom of the center trough and secure it to the table, and making sure the support legs are under the table and the support plate is on the center line of the table. Now that your RoboPong is on your table, you want to attach the side nets. So you unfold the nets, pull it across, secure it. Now if you feel like you need more or less tension, you can do that by adjusting the hook and loop connector. Once you finish with the first side, do the same to the other side. Your RoboPong may come equipped with new Robo balls, and these balls have been selected for their consistency and durability, and we suggest you always use high quality balls in your RoboPong. Take the 5-pin connector cable and plug it into the back of the robot, then plug the power supply into the wall. This is a RoboPong digital control box, and now I'll go over some of the connections on the back. This is the Pong Master linking cable connector. This is the serial cable connector. This is the 5-pin cable connector, and this is a power supply connector. Place the control box on the control box bracket mounting arm and secure by threading the mounting screw through the mounting arm into the back of the control box. Then plug in the 5-pin connector cable and the DC power supply. Adjust the threaded support pad to the control bracket until it roughly lines up with the line of the bracket detail that corresponds to the thickness of your table tennis table. If you don't know the thickness of your table, just set it for 1 inch. Attach the bracket to the side of the table by placing the threaded support pad underneath the table and the top pad on the top of the table. Tighten or loosen the threaded support pad until it's squarely in contact with the table. Do not over tighten. The RoboPong control box should be firmly on the bracket now, but loose enough to rotate back and forth. The setup is now complete. And now I'll go over 6 steps to playing better table tennis. This next segment, I'll go over 6 skills that put you on the steep incline to learning sport of table tennis. And the first one is understanding equipment. And all the skills executed are going to be demonstrated using modern equipment, the way the rubber has a smooth surface, the way it's going to make friction when making contact with the ball. And the way to check if your equipment has friction is like this. Now, this is a hardback racket, and as you can see, it doesn't create any friction. For more information on how to maximize choosing equipment, please refer to the owner's manual. The ready position is an important skill to learn as it decreases reaction time between the backhand and the forehand. And what this does, it gives you a real sense of how to position yourself between the backhand position and the forehand position. And this advantage allows you the opportunity to have a smooth and flowing transition between one shot to the next. And the proper distance from the table is about 2 to 3 feet. And the great point of reference is to make a backhand stroke, finish your stroke, and realize that about 25% of the table should be playing backhands, and the other 75% is going to be used to play forehands. That way, between the backhand position and the forehand position, and taking 2 steps to make another forehand, you've covered the whole table. The forehand counter drive, also known as a forehand hit, is one of the most popular attack shots in the sport of table tennis because the ball is hit from the side of you and has the most potential to create the most amount of power. The first component of the forehand counter drive is the arm, which should be in a 90-degree angle, should turn back just past your body, swinging through, finishing with your shoulders square to the table. The next component is how the body moves, and to make this simple, shoulders and your knees should be parallel to each other from start to finish, still coming back with your shoulders square to the table. And the last component is contacting the ball at the top of the bounce. The next skill is the backhand counter drive, and just like the forehand, it has 3 components, and the first one is the stroke, and now the racket is going to come back just above the stomach, making contact and finishing with your shoulder still square to the table and your arm in a neutral position. The next component is going to be your body, and now you're going to be standing more diagonal to the court. And the last component is contacting the ball at the top of the bounce. And for this one, you want to be careful because at the point of contact, you're going to lose sight with the ball. The first aspect of footwork with playing any shot is establishing the power pocket. And this is a range that allows you to have the most power and control with playing any shot. In establishing the power pocket, you're either going to make 2 steps to the right or 2 steps to the left. And you want to make sure that you make full steps, because if you don't move enough to your left, you're going to end up cramping the stroke and hampering the quality. And the same thing happens if you don't take 2 full steps to the right. You're going to overextend your arm, hampering the quality. The topspin serve can be implemented with the backhand on the forehand, and it should have the following. The toss should be vertical and it should travel at least 6 inches from the palm of your hand. And at no time during the toss can the hand go above the inline or below the table. To make your serve even better, grab some balls from the RoboPong and come back to your side of the table. Get in your ready position. Open the palm of your hand, rack it behind the ball, toss the ball, and as the ball is falling, make contact with your side of the table, with the contact being near the end line. There are many more skills to learn before you master the sport of table tennis, and the forehand push is the backspin shot that you would use for any over-the-table shot that has underspin on the ball, so that you can set up your attack shot. The backhand push is the same shot you would use for any over-the-table shots that have underspin on the ball. There's always room for improvement, and if you've seen professional level table tennis, one of the questions is always asked, how does those players stand back so far from the table and return attack shots from their opponent? And the answer is practice. And by starting with these skills that we've covered, you'll methodically progress and find yourself playing this level in no time. The forehand loop is the most popular attack shot in the sport of table tennis because it has the ability to create a tremendous amount of spin. Because the ball travels like an arc, it can be played from different positions on the table. The backhand loop is a comparable shot on the backhand, and it still has the ability to overpower your opponent by putting a tremendous amount of spin on the ball. The forehand smash is a shot you use to finish off your opponent once you set up your attack shot. The forehand left side spin serve is a high-level serve. It's very difficult for your opponent to return. The backhand right side spin serve is the opposite as the forehand left side spin serve, making them very difficult when you group them together. Combination shots between the forehand and the backhand is pretty much the pinnacle of table tennis. Now, as you're implementing the forehand stroke system and the backhand stroke system, footwork, as well as changing the positions of the shots that you play. And using these shots allows you to cover the entire court. The RoboPong will take your game from beginner level to championship level. And for more information on skill development, coaching tips, and answers to many of your questions, please visit Noogie.com. Now that I've gone over 6 steps to playing better table tennis, I want to take this time to talk about removal and storage. Your RoboPong can be removed in a matter of minutes to allow you to play with friends and family members. And following these simple procedures, you'll find that the RoboPong can be removed from your table quickly to store or transport. First, unplug the DC power supply from the wall unit and coil it neatly. Then unplug the 5-pin connector from the back of the RoboPong. Now, unhook the side net by sliding it forward and up. Roll them up and place them in the center trough. Now you want to lift the robot from its position on the table and place it on the table. Then scoop the balls into the center trough. Place the ball down in its slot to prevent the balls from falling out, then put the side net in also. Repeat this with the other side. Unplug the connector cable from the control box and coil it neatly. Then place the connector cable and the DC power supply on top of the balls in the center trough. Remove the control box from the table and lay it face down. Remove the knob and flip the bracket around to align with the center threads. Tighten the knob. The bracket has a storage post slot, and with the control box buttons facing out, slide the control box on the storage post. Then fold the support legs under the ball discharge head. From the back of the robot, carefully raise each tray until it locks into position. Remove the left net support tube and place it into its storage position. And repeat this on the right as well. Then secure the trays at the top using a carrying strap that can also act as a handle to support the robot as you pick it up by the center trough. The RoboTote soft carrying case is an additional accessory that can be used to easily store until the next time you train or to transport to a friend's house to play. We know that you will enjoy countless hours of fun, challenge, and exercise with your RoboPong. We suggest practicing with your RoboPong to improve your table tennis skills or to just enjoy countless hours of fun. For more information on how to get the most out of your RoboPong, please visit Noogie.com.